Child, one thing's for certain, two things for sure. People are going to willfully obfuscate the point, and people are going to do it because they're not intelligent enough to understand the point. So let's get into this. Criminal justice refers to crimes against the state. In order for there to be justice in the sense of a criminal case, the crime has to have been committed against the state. So in that instance, it would be the defendant or the accused versus the people or the state of X. For civil justice, this is crimes against a person. Civil justice, in civil justice cases, a monetary compensation is accountability. But everybody knows that if you want to keep something from skin folk, make it something to be read because they don't read. And so they're saying that Cassie chose money over morals, and that couldn't be further from the truth. I want to shout out this page that I follow on Instagram called The Darkest Hue. She does some really great work over there. Truly phenomenal reporting over there. Let's get into what she has to say. Since the news broke, popular blogs that have been called out for vilifying and discrediting victims, particularly Black women, are currently contributing to, or at least doing very little to dispel some harmful narratives. 1. Women falsely accuse rich, powerful men for money. 2. Survivors don't want real justice or accountability. And lastly, survivors seeking monetary compensation for their suffering are disingenuous. Let me say this. When a woman has been raped, essentially what has been done is a violation against her soul. It's a soul level death to experience. That costs a lot of money to recover from. And as someone who works as a priestess that specializes in the restoration and healing of women who have been raped, who have been SA'd, I'm going to tell you it ain't no cheap thing. The energy restoration itself is expensive, financially expensive. That's just the financial part. We haven't even gone into the energy cost. You see, grape and SA is more than just, oh, he wanted sex and she didn't. We are talking about the destruction of someone's soul. We are talking about a traumatic injury that causes literal brain damage. We're not just talking about mental health, and I'm not saying mental health is a put down, but this is trackable, traceable, provable trauma. This is trauma that can be measured in brain scans. So let's get into her next point. The deceptive reporting. There's a comment from a lawyer where you see the arrow. Pause and read that comment because I don't want this to be too long because I'm reading things. But yeah, when a lawsuit is settled out of court, there's no choice but to dismiss it because there's no need to proceed with the lawsuit because the outcome that the lawsuit was seeking to gain has been gained. So the whole point of a lawsuit is to gain financial compensation and restitution for what you've been made to go through. And I know for a fact that the cost to a woman's soul, the cost against her divinity itself is so high, there must be compensation and restitution when you're made to go through this. This is why, and I'm going to get to my point and then end the video so it's not too long because y'all ain't got no attention span anyway. This is why when a man has done harms against you, you have to make him spiritually responsible. Because see, everybody ain't got Diddy money. There are a lot of broke ass men who SA and great women, and you can go and sue them if you want to, but they ain't worth 2 dead flies smashed. So your compensation and your restitution has to come from somewhere else. Doesn't mean that it's not going to come. It just means that it cannot come from the source that cost you. Not directly, not in the form of you going to the courts and filing a lawsuit and expecting to get paid from that broke ass 2 dead fly smash valued man, right? Women have a right to be restored. It costs a lot of money to recover from the abuses that men inflict on women's minds, bodies, and souls. And we live in a system that expects the woman to be the sacrifice. Even just colloquially, your common, average, everyday person thinks that we should just take it. There are women who have been through grape and SA who just laid down and died, and they feel like the rest of us should take it. Absolutely not. If you have been raped or SA'd by a man or a woman, book your consultation with me. Not only would it be my honor to help you be restored, it'd be my honor to help you go after that motherfucker, because they got to pay. This is why men might have brute force strength. They have brute strength. They have force-based strength. But women have spiritual authority, spiritual strength, spiritual power. None of us has any authority over the curses. And remember, curses is just a reversal of energy. None of us has any authority over the curses that we are subject to, which is why we must consult and commission a priestess, a healer, to come in and help us be restored. Book your consultations now. It will be my honor to help you.